You know I love Darrelle Revis. I was dead set against the Jets letting Darrelle Revis go, and Darrelle Revis has got a whole bunch of money down there in Tampa now.
Right.
He's on a bad team, and look, whatever it is, it is. Even I would have to acknowledge at this point that in the big picture, letting Revis go by the Jets was probably the right thing to do. But none of that is the point. Revis is talking to Jet fans when he says that he's upset because bitter Jet fans are harassing him on Twitter and have been since his trade to the Buccaneers in April. He says, quote, I get harassed every day on Twitter by Jet fans, and I barely even tweet. I don't even care what the rest of the sentence is or the rest of the conversation. I've said this before. This is my own unsolicited advice to professional athletes if this is bothering you. Twitter has the ability to be a one-way form of communication if you want it to be. Now, there are two different philosophies with this. A lot of our friends, and you know it, Mike, they write back to people on Twitter. They shoot right back at them.
Right.
They love it when people make fun of them. I see you do it occasionally.
Right.
But Mark Schlereth does it all the time. He retweets every nasty thing anybody writes to him. Jamel Hill does it all the time. People write her the most horrible things, and she writes back to them, usually with an LOL or something like that. There's that way of doing it, because if you find it fun and you enjoy engaging in that, terrific. And there's that other way of doing it, which is if it bothers you, ignore it.
Yeah.
It is purely optional. There's no reason you should be reading this stuff if it's bothering you. This happens to everyone. Darrelle Revis needs to know that this happens to every person with any degree of notoriety. You get horrible things written to you on Twitter all the time. Because I don't know why. I don't know that I could explain exactly why. There's probably a million different sociological reasons. And at the end of the day, they don't mean anything. It is meaningless. If you don't push the button that enables you to read them, it doesn't change anything else in your life.
I agree with you, but, people are human beings, and they don't want to be told they're wrong when they don't think they're wrong. So they're going to answer that. And in this case, Darrelle Revis doesn't think everybody understands, as he puts it, the business of football. If they understood that, maybe they wouldn't be ripping me. So he tries to explain the business of football. So, I mean, I'm with you, because there are many times I type something out and then I use my own 30-second delay and don't hit it and don't want to go down that road. But, I mean, I get why people get fed up at times, but
don't read it.
At the end of the day, you're right. The options are don't even read it at all, and even if you read it, have the discipline to not hit send back.
Well, but my point is, if it's bothering you, you're now taking. All right, here, look at the options this way. There is a phenomenon in my life that is purely optional.
Yeah.
And if I choose one path, I get mad, aggravated, and it bothers me. If I choose the other path, it doesn't affect my life one iota.
Yeah.
Why are you choosing the first path?
Well, because people are I think are curious maybe to hear what other people have to say about them. There's the curiosity there.
Learn a lesson. Don't read it. Darrelle, stop reading it. It's certainly not doing you any good. And if you don't read it, you're missing out on nothing. So to me, it doesn't make any sense at all. Why any famous person who is genuinely bothered by that kind of response and criticism would read it is beyond me.
I do think the worst thing you could do is respond back. I mean, just don't do it.
Yeah. But I mean,
and a great way to not respond back is to never read it in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, responding back, some people find it fun, and that's fine.
No. I'm with you. Some people do find it fun. Some people like engaging back and forth.
But if it's bothering you, ignore it.